Welcome to the Cabral Concept, where board-certified Doctor of Naturopathy, Dr. Stephen Cabral, shares with you exactly how you can reverse aging, take back your health, and live a life full of energy and passion, with new 20-minute episodes every single day to keep you healthy and engaged. Now, here's your host, Dr. Stephen Cabral.
Welcome back, everybody. Appreciate you joining me here today on the Cabral Concept, each and every day bringing you a new health, mind, body, overall wellness-based show. I try to keep them to right about 12 minutes on a daily basis, so you can check back in. You can add just a little bit more information, education to your overall health knowledge base. All right, let's get into it today. We are going over the 5 ways to improve heart rate variability. So if you don't know what heart rate variability is, I believe it's something you're going to hear more about this coming year, and it's easier now than ever to track. So you can actually track it with an Oura ring. You can track it with a Whoop based strap. Those are the 2 best. Now, actually, the very best in the world would be with a Hanu, which is a chest strap, but that can sometimes be a lot to wear on a daily basis. A less cumbersome way is the Oura ring or the Whoop strap. And then after that would come maybe the Apple Watch would be like a distant third. It actually just does not track heart rate variability as well as the others yet. Now, do I think in the future it'll probably be the leader in the industry? Probably, because Apple can simply spend more than everybody else. They've got probably more engineers than anybody else. They're going to be able to figure it out. I'll recommend the Apple Watch for HRV tracking when they get there, but not yet. Absolutely the best for overnight is your Oura ring or Whoop strap. Now, the reason why I don't use a Whoop strap, I'm not against it at all, but I like to just, I've tried them all. I like to keep things fairly simple. And for me, I like to wear a watch and I wear the Oura ring because it's super simple, because at night I just put on airplane mode and I hop into bed and it tracks my overnight. But again, you can use whatever company you feel best with. However, Whoop put out a really great assessment. So the interesting thing, and we do the same thing. So the nice thing is with a lot of these companies, whether it's Whoop or Oura or Equilife, you have so much data, and the data can absolutely be very helpful to people. So my goal with Equilife, and all of it is, HIPAA compliant. It's all anonymized data. It's all just great insights. Is that you can share with people. Listen, like this is where most people are at. This is what they look like when they're coming in sick. This is what predisposes many people to autoimmune issues, etc. This is what most people's inflammation looks like. But if you do these things, then here's how you can improve, right? So we have all that data over at Equilife, but Whoop and Oura also have that as well with their users. So check this out. Whoop actually gave 5 practices that they've seen in their community lead to increased heart rate variability. And if you don't know what heart rate variability is, going back to that, basically, it's a signal. It's a signal that your body is less stressed, that it's able to move from fight or flight into the parasympathetic nervous system, or the sympathetic nervous system into the parasympathetic nervous system, where healing can take place. So heart rate variability from a technical standpoint is literally the millisecond beats between heartbeats. So if your heart beats 60 beats per minute, 1 beat per second or so, the milliseconds between that and the movement, the frequency, is actually your heart rate variability, the variability between beats. So what I want to do is actually give you, now if you want to track yours, of course, find the best heart rate variability tracker for you. And I'll link 3 up today. So basically the Hanu, the Whoop, and the Oura, that's probably what I recommend. And I can link those up. I'll link up all the research as well, and this great article by Whoop at stephencabral.com/2897. stephencabral.com/2897. And you can delve deeper into it if you'd like. All right, interesting. The first one. So the first, I don't think that these are in order of importance, but the first one they put down, in order to improve heart rate variability, so recovery, rejuvenation, all those great things, is a daily gratitude practice that you do every morning and at night. So when you wake up, what do you need to do? Give thanks. That's it. Literally give thanks. Like, wow, it's great to be alive. Today's another day. No matter what happened yesterday, I get to start fresh today. I get today as a new day to improve, to get better. Giving thanks. All of that, what they've shown is that it actually helps modulate the immune system, lower blood pressure, lower stress hormones, boost natural sex hormones. All of these things are phenomenal for our body. So we anchor it. I've talked about this before in the show, my 3 anchors per day: morning, lunch, and then evening. And I can link up that podcast as well. But what you want to think about is if you begin your day that way and end your day that way, you calm that fight or flight, which is really what we're trying to do. All right, the second is adopting a growth mindset. So another way mentally to improve your HRV is to look at life as getting better over time. Like I've made so many mistakes in my life. I continue to make mistakes. But the reason I continue to make mistakes is that I continue to try new things that I haven't done before. So I haven't learned all those mistakes yet, right? I haven't learned exactly how to do things correctly or how not to. I can take educated guesses. I can hire mentors and coaches, and I can read books, all these different things, right? I can do all those. But inevitably, I still make some mistakes. But if I look at it as, but I'm learning and I'm growing, that allows me not to be so stressed on a daily basis. So that's number 2. Number 3 is limit your values. So this is an interesting one. So when I first read the headline, I'm like, I don't know that I get this. So I'm going to read it to you. Identify your core values, then ensure your behaviors align as often as possible. So once I read that, I'm like, oh, I get it. I'm like, I've talked about this before. This is exactly what I believe in. It's like, what do you stand for? And what do you stand against? So for me, I'm very much into gratitude and perspective. I've talked about that before on a separate show, and again, we can link that up. Those, to me, are the 2 most important values or mantras that you can really have in your life. Gratitude, where just thankful for today. Things could be worse. There's no doubt about it, and that's moving to perspective. So perspective is no matter what your challenges are right now, sleep on it, see how you feel tomorrow, and then have perspective that it could be so much worse. Now, in the moment, that doesn't always make you feel good. It doesn't make me feel good if someone were to say that to me. But in perspective, wow, like I'm really as far ahead as I want to get in any area, whether it's my health or relationships or it's my body transformation or spirituality. Yeah, I could get better. I'm trying to get better, right? That's part of my mental perspective as well. But it could be so much worse. And I'm thankful. And I've been in worse places, right? And I've also seen worse places. So not only was I sick between 17 years old and 27, mentally and physically, but then I traveled in a lot of my internships around the world. And I saw, especially in India and in Sri Lanka, how hard living really can be. And so I have perspective on that. All right, so that's number 3. So again, find out your 2 to 3 core values and live by that. And others, like another part of it is growth. So like that's another big one of my values. So I'll take on projects that I know that I'm probably not going to be good at. And it's because I'm interested in it. So curious is another one of mine. And growth. So it allows me then to realize I'm going to fail. Like I'm going to mess up the first few times, but I'm going to learn from it and I'm going to master it. I'm going to figure this out. So what are your values? The 4th one is this. Beginning to find more relationships, more people that you connect with and matter to you. So the headline for this one is engage in relationships that bring you value. But I don't like to I think that sounds like, oh, you're out to only connect with people that you benefit from. Maybe. Again, like we all want that. There's nothing wrong with that. Again, you want to benefit from life. But really, it's more people that you connect with and that amplify your life. Like, what are you looking to do? If you're looking to get into sprint triathlon training or jujitsu training or whatever it might be, all right, start to find people that also are passionate about that also love that. It will bring you energy into your life. And in turn, hopefully you'll be bringing energy to theirs as well. So it's a really nice way. Now, what are all these things doing? Calming that nervous system by knowing your values, by connecting with your tribe. I just talked about this on, let's see which podcast this was. I talked about a lot about these on my Mindset and Motivation Monday, but it was episode 2866 of the Cabral concept, how to find your tribe this year. These are the people that when you're around them, you feel good. And naturally, stress goes down, heart rate variability increases. The last one is this: focus time and attention and your attention on what you can control. So there are so many things in life that are out of our control. They just are. We can't control other people. We can't control how they think. We can't control the government. We can't control the entire world around us. We can't. But what we can control is our response to it. And so when you find yourself in chaos, it's very important to go back to your breath, relax, give thanks, send to yourself, maybe take a walk, do something to de-stress, and then look at everything with a much clearer focus and say, okay, I can't control this, or this, but what can I control? What can I do in the situation that's going to bring me more clarity to make the right decision, to be able to protect myself, my family, limit my downside, and also what good might come from this? What is the lesson here that I'm trying to learn? What am I being taught? When we start to ask these questions, not only is it great for our heart rate variability, but it's so tremendous for our growth mindset and our mental health. So I really enjoyed this article by Whoop. I kind of put my own spin on it from a practitioner standpoint, integrative health practitioner and doctor of naturopathy. But what I wanted to do was bring this to you because whether you're tracking your heart rate variability, whether you want to improve your recovery and your rejuvenation, or you're following what we do over at highperformancehealth.org, I think this information is powerful for everyone's mental health. And even if you could only begin to bring in maybe the morning and before bed gratitude practice. Maybe you can only do that one thing. How great would that be? Or adopting a growth mindset this next year. Or living your values. Like, what do you truly believe in? What are your principles? Like, what do you live by? Or the next one, trying to connect with your tribe. People that you vibe with, that make you feel more relaxed, that you laugh with, that you had fun with. And then also understanding that in the big picture of all the chaos of the world, that there is good, that there is a lot that you can control, and you're going to thrive in life. Hopefully today's show is helpful. Again, all of the previous podcasts, all of the links and the 3 big takeaways will be at stephencabral.com/2887. stephencabral.com/2897. My apologies. Today's show is stephencabral.com/2897. Have an amazing rest of the week. We'll be back each and every day with a brand new Cabral concept. Take care, everybody. Ever wonder what the best sauna, blue blockers, sleep trackers, wake lights, salt lamps, or other health gadgets are? Or what about the top non-toxic mattresses, sheets, soaps, bath products, toothpaste, and cookware? Or would you like to know the cleanest choices for hemp parts, meal delivery services, supplements, and much more? I personally curated, researched, and now created a resource page of all of my top picks that continues to grow each week. These are the exact products I use in my own life, with my family, in my private practice, and they're the ones I trust. To find out all of my up-to-date recommendations and all the details, simply head on over to stephencabral.com/resources.